A lot of you ask me how I find my documentaries. What is that process? And you would actually be surprised. It doesn't start with me going out into the real world. It actually all starts in my imagination. I begin to think of a story that I find interesting, like a cross-continent motorcycle journey or a warrior finding new purpose. Once I have these basic premises, I then go into the real world and find that story. But where do these ideas come from? I'm going to talk about that process today, how I come up with ideas and how I be creative. Don't ever be so arrogant in life that you'll say you'll never do something. Because I said I would never wear Crocs, and now this is me. Ever since I can remember, I've kind of found my film ideas or any of my inspiration through listening to music. And I want to encourage you this, ideas are actually something you can practice. I think that's all parts of our creative process. You know, our brain is like a muscle. It might be a muscle. Is it a muscle? I'm not sure. But I know this, that the more I use my brain for certain tasks, the better I get at them. And actually coming up with ideas, creative inspiration is no different. As long as I can remember growing up, I used to sit and listen to music and let myself be inspired by this. And it's helped me so tremendously in my career. I can't tell you the amount of times when I've been stuck in a film or stuck on a commercial and I've just gone to one of my playlists, played some music and let my brain race. And then suddenly I begin to see the shots that could be the ones to solve the issues we have in our edit. Music for me hasn't just been a place to figure out my new ideas. It's actually been a place to reinvigorate creativity. I can remember on my film OK last summer, we were about 15 days into shooting and it had been 3 weeks. And I was kind of feeling exhausted and I didn't feel like I was shooting anything that was similar to my usual style as a filmmaker. So I spent just an hour on the drive back home one night from set, played some music, and I began seeing the images of water when I was playing this music.
And I'm trying to talk to him in a matured way. Ron, you have to be starting to be independent. Soon you'll be on your own. We're not getting any younger. Yeah, soon you'll be on your own.
Now, I had the information that Ron was a swimmer, but hearing that music inspired this slow motion sequence and began thinking about his mom in this environment, them talking about his independence. And it became one of my favorite, if not my favorite scene from the film. And you know what, maybe you have a creative process, and I encourage you, leave a comment down below. It might actually help someone have that creative breakthrough that they're looking for in their project. But I know for me, wherever I'm on a project, you can see here, I was in the airport before we were doing the tornado project, and I was kind of feeling a bit stressed, thinking I didn't have enough ideas for the film. So I just began to play the music playlists and began to see some fun ideas coming to mind. The idea of them waiting for the storms by their cars. One of my favorite moments with music in film was on my movie 58 Hours. This was a documentary we made about the rescue of Jessica McClure. She was a girl who was trapped in the well in 1987, I believe. Should know that. I made the film.
Near Midland. The plan, drilling a wider shaft next to the well, then drilling a tunnel to connect the two wells. A lengthy process because of the hard rock.
One of the things we did when we were making the movie is we actually played a playlist while we were shooting on set because we weren't rolling sound. It was a recreation scene of this woman in a living room, and we began playing the music that we thought was going to go under that scene. And in turn, some of the music did get licensed. We got it off of MusicBed and we put it in the film. And it was a cool moment on set with the entire crew where I looked over and a few of the people at the monitor watching what we were shooting were crying. And for me, it helped me direct immensely because I actually knew the timing and the emotion that we were going for. It wasn't enough just to hope that it would all work together. Instead, it was a bit of a cheat code. I just played the music.
It was the oil bust. The economy was completely trashed. People had lost everything. And this little girl fell down this well, and all of a sudden, it gave an entire town something to rally around.
You see me and Mike do this all the time before our films. We always play our cinematic music before we go film, or at least Mikey does, but now I'm starting to do it too. Before Clear Sky, Mike will play huge, symphonic, amazing music by artists like Hans Zimmer, and it'll help us get in the mood for our filmmaking. I've even watched Mike, who runs Art of Documentary with me, put an earbud in with music, and he'll have it playing off of his iPhone while he's filming. And so I put together a little playlist below for some of the music that inspires me, and maybe it can inspire your creativity. You can click a link on that, check that out. And that's over on MusicBed. And if you want to sign up for a free account for MusicBed as well, I put a link below. You can check out their huge library of music. It's kind of the first place I usually go to find music that's inspiring me for my films. And we often use them in our films. Okay, I think had about 7 songs licensed off MusicBed. Same with 58 Hours, Kill or Be Killed, Mile by Mile. It's kind of my go-to place for cinematic music.
I gotta think what satisfies me more now today, and it's probably doing stuff for other people rather than myself.
Before I forget, we're gonna be releasing a new film that I really haven't been talking about at all on this channel. It's called One Lost, Many Found. One of our students from Art of Documentary, Troy Biedenbaugh, directed it. I came on to help just do a bit of producing and story revising with him. Cannot wait to release this film, so look out on our channel for that. And to tie that film into this video, it didn't have much music at all in the film, and so we actually went back after the edit was locked and just began adding a few new songs into the film, and it really changed the edit. I can't wait to release that film. I've never cried so much watching a movie, so we'll be releasing that very soon, so you won't want to miss that. One Lost, Many Found. So I encourage you, maybe pause this video, go jump into a music playlist you like, maybe the one I suggested, or your favorite soundtrack to a film you've watched, and begin writing down the ideas, just the simple scenes. It can be anything. It doesn't even have to be attainable, but practice imagining shooting something. And then what would be even cooler is if you imagine it, go shoot it and put it to that song. And you'll begin building up a muscle of creativity. And then most importantly, you're gonna begin to understand what is actually executable and what is actually a good idea. That is all. I'm going to head back to my office. I have to cut the video for the announcement for the Sony camera, which has already come out since we did this, but congrats to our winner, because this will be in the future. Yeah, that's how that works. I'll see you guys in the next one. Leave me a brain emoji if you're gonna be listening to some music.